I keep thinking, yeah, if you rotate the laptop, the camera will rotate, and then the camera doesn't rotate, and I get really confused and thrown off, and I just kind of want to lay down.
I want to lay down right now, but that's for whole other reasons. And we're live!
Hey!
The reasons being, I think I've been fighting something. Also, the new IKEA catalog came today. But I'll save that for another time. It's heavy. Today we are playing Sentient, designed by J. Alex Kevern. Kevern, designer of Gold West, which is a TMG game that we enjoy quite a bit. And so, yeah. I know today was, in theory, supposed to be Whistle Stop, but I did warn you all. And I was talking with Scott Caputo, who is the designer of Whistle Stop, and he agreed with me that while the game is fine as two-player, he prefers it as well with additional players, and Steve and I have played it a few times with other player counts, and I think we both agreed that two-player would be fine, but it wouldn't be, like, as interesting.
I think it'll showcase the game better with more players, partly just because there'll be more trains on the map, and more trains on the map equals more opportunities to hate place and block Tiffany.
I hate you. Did I mention I was sick? You gotta be nice to me.
That's not how it works.
Dang it, he's right.
So I spent some amount of time this morning trying to figure out the accepted pronunciation of I say sentient.
No, you don't.
I say sentient.
You say sentient?
I say sentient.
I say sentient.
And part of the difference could be
Sentient.
But it was.
I'm adding too many syllables.
It was pointed out on the internet that words like patient and quotient also have the sh, the tie sound. So patient, quotient, sentient.
I say patient, not patient.
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 Sentient.
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 Yeah. Anyway, both pronunciations are valid.
No, patient.
If you look it up, both pronunciations are valid, so don't let anyone tell you you're pronouncing it wrong.
We had a fight about this on the way to work today.
Don't let anyone tell you you're wrong unless you're Tiffany, in which case I'll tell you you're correct.
The robot pronunciation apps that he looked up.
It was a video. It's a YouTube
It was a video?
channel. It's a YouTube channel.
No, you were doing robot voices.
Well, yeah.
And one of them pronounced
they're recorded voices.
One was a robot, and one recorded it sentient, then sentient, and then another one recorded it sentient, then sentient first. So the juries, and then like dictionaries say that both are valid, and some dictionaries put the one pronunciation first. Like it's a conflicted topic, and apparently I'm now passionate about it. Anyway.
Yeah, well, and I guess the difference might be how much did you watch Star Trek Next Gen episodes that talked about Data? He's
sentient.
Yeah.
He's not sentient.
He's sentient.
No, he's sentient. If you watch Star Trek, he says that he's sentient. Maybe he's sentient. I don't know. We need to start watching Star Trek right now. Yeah. Stream canceled. We're gonna watch Star Trek. No. Hey Angela. Hey Charles. Hey Catherine. Angela's with me, so I just want to say it's 2v1. I'm winning. I'm going to do the setup. It's not a competition, unlike this game, which is a competition. This game is a competition. And I'm actually going to do setup on camera because it's actually really straightforward. So y'all can learn how to do it while we're doing it. Whoops. I have played this game before. Steve has not played this game before.
I am not sentient.
This is the round tracker. There are 3 rounds.
It's actually a square tracker. Sorry.
No. Okay, and then these boards, they don't really matter. Just randomize them. And then we each will get one of these. And then we randomize these. And we each get one of these.
Okay.
So, Steve. Okay, then I'll take that one.
I get the purple partnership.
And then...
Or pink partnership.
And then, well, you also get that one, service. You get the service industry. Alright, and then this one is just fluff. But when you combine the boards, it says a thing.
I am part of the carbon partnership that provides service.
Okay. So, I might have zoomed out the camera a little too much. I am the Nautilus Syndicate. That is what I am. That'll work, because stuff goes underneath our dice.
So I can call you the...
I know you're currently catted.
Captain Nemo?
Something like that. I know you're currently catted, but can you, on the back of all of these, they're grouped by, they have numbers. Sort them by numbers. Which also is color, it looks like. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3 of those, and then everybody needs one of each of the colored dice. So there's 5 colors.
There's 5 of one, 4 of 5 of another, only 3 of these. Oh, no, they're here.
I was like, don't scare me, this is a borrowed copy!
Sorry, Maggie.
Yeah, this game, if we're going to talk about sponsors, this game is sponsored by MaggieBot, because she loaned us her copy that she picked up at Origins so that we could stream it. Because I did not get a copy at Origins, because after I played it with Maggie, I was like, I think I would kill Steve if we played this game together.
I did not know this story.
And now, but I figure if we play it on the internet, I have witnesses.
Wait, when you say kill, like, you would kill me via victory, or you would kill me because my turns took too long?
The latter, I believe. So pick a player color. They're not super interesting.
Well, if this is the last time I see you, Internet, you know, she did it.
There's no proof. Not yet, anyway.
Wasn't someone saying...
Pick a player color.
Sorry, I'll be great. Wasn't someone saying there's going to be a clue about who took the sandwich?
Yes.
For Golden Girls?
Yes. It's Who Took the Pie.
Who Took the Pie.
There is a Golden Girls Clue edition coming out, and it's about who took the last slice of pie. So watch for that on a hot Tuesday night. Speaking of a hot Tuesday night, it's hot Thursday night.
Oh,
it hit 108 today in Portland. That's a little unheard of. So yeah, but I'm just kind of like sorting stuff into bags. These are Scorchets. Not too worried about it. So...
I have a bunch of really cool little wood pieces.
You have wood pieces? Oh, yes. Those are... I was like, wait, where's their wood? Okay, and then there's like a big old deck of cards. Dawson says good luck. Yay! I love this shirt. Steve was wearing his Han Solo shirt yesterday, and our outfits would have worked way better together, but he didn't wear it today because it was dirty.
Only if there's time travel.
Yeah. Okay, so these actually can go...
I mean, it's not that dirty.
Those can go out of the way.
Okay, these can go out of the way.
Yeah, we only need those between rounds.
Okay.
So the giant deck of cards is beautiful and gorgeous, and we're going to go through it a couple times. So I'm going to shuffle it. So yeah, it's still... it's like 98 degrees outside, sweetie.
Yep, unless...
Do you need to go potty?
Unless you want to start a 90s boy band.
She might need to just quick potty. Just go...
Yeah, we didn't let her.
Runner, yeah. Well, I do set up with the cat in the middle of the table.
Sentient before.
We now have AC. We bought a 10,000 BTU AC that we put in the bedroom, which is in like the back part of our house, and then we have fans blowing. This is the warmest room in the house. But it is only 92 degrees in the house, whereas it is, when we got home 40 minutes ago... 82. Sorry, not 92. When we got home 40 minutes ago, it was, according to the car thermometer, it was 103 degrees. And I just checked the tab that I have for Portland weather, and it was down to 99 degrees. So... Okay, so first things first, every player has these 5 dice, one in each of these like kind of pastel-y colors. You're going to roll these, and then you're going to put them carefully without screwing up what side they're on, on the colored squares on your player board that matches. Okay. So you need to do that.
I will do the same.
Then you have 4 agents, which are the kind of pawnish, people-ish shaped meeples. And then you have 5 assistants, which are... I'm going to be frank, the assistants look like asterisks. So, and then you have 2 turn order round markers, one of which you're going to just keep with you. What's up?
Do we have...
What?
Oh, I only have 3/8 person.
Don't scare me. Wait, what?
It's still in the back.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not intentionally like losing pieces for dramatic purposes.
Alright, I'm going to determine turn order because whoever is on top goes first. I'm not looking. Hey, look, I go first. It's actually probably better. Then we're going to take and put out, I believe, 4 cards? Yes. So we're going to put 4 cards out. How far can I push that? I can push that pretty far. We're going to put 4 cards out here in the center. And I will try to zoom in on these for y'all without trying to get it too pixelated. And then can you grab the number 1 stack? And it's going to go in a weird, so it's going to be like...
Oh, like a chevron kind of? Like
it's like a weird bridge thing. So you do that, and then that, and then that. Then we do another card. Oh, we're totally not going to have enough table space.
Did you say this was...
Oh, no, this is it. This is good. We're perfect.
Did you say this was Renegade?
This is Play Renegade, yeah.
Yep.
And then you're going to put a 1 VP token between, like, under each of these chevrons. So, that's set up. We are ready to roll. So let's talk about how this is going to work. I'm actually going to mute my phone because I'm getting texts.
Those stacks are kind of in bad place. Oh, and is there not a coin thing on the last one?
There is. Sorry. I'm making... My friend has 2 daughters who are somewhat older, and they've been wanting to paint miniatures, but he doesn't know how to paint miniatures, and I was like, oh, I need to paint another Mice and Mystics set, and he was like, cool, we have a Mice and Mystics set, and they'll help. So I have another... I went over today and painted, and I have another Playdate with a 12-year-old, or a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old, I believe. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So this is how it's going to work. Whoever's on top of the turn order stack way over there, which is me right now, will go first. On your turn, you take one of your agents and any number of assistants that you want, and you buy a card. So the way that you buy a card is you take an agent and potentially an assistant, and you put it down on top of a card. Then you take the card and you put it on your player board between 2 dice slots. When you put the card down, in the upper corners of the card, it will have like a plus or minus, and you adjust the dice that relate to that accordingly. So this says minus, so I would bump this down to a 5, and this has an equal sign, so I leave it. Let's say, for example purposes, I had a 1 on this one, and it said minus. It wraps, so the die goes to a 6. So if you're on a 6 and you have a plus right here, you wrap to a 1. The reason this is important is because at the end of the round, which is when you have all 4 card slots full, the card has conditions that have to be met to score points. So this card specifically says that if I have my 2 dice on either side of it equal, I get 5 points. And the 5 points is on the bottom right there. So, having it a 1 and a 6 in a really bad place for me to put this, I would probably put this here and bump this 6 to a 5, so I have a 5 and a 6. So I just have to get this one down to a 5 with whatever card I put here, and then this condition will be met. So, we keep doing that. When I take... Oh, Xena might be ready to come in. She's sparked. Can you go get her? It's very hot. Yeah, I think she wants in. Once I take a card, I put an... Okay. We'll see if she wants in. I replace a card. I replace the card to the things that Steve has better options. He's trying to wrangle the dog. So I'll check the cat. Yeah, this is like a mathy AP kind of game. It's not insanely mathy, but it's a little involved. Let's see. Naomi says, watch out for the tiebreaker with a 2-player game. It can sweep the multipliers, which actually does make sense. And I'll explain that when we get there. And I don't think this is going to work. I'm used to the camera right here, and it's right there. I don't think it's going to work. Let her be. He's literally following her around the yard. I wish I had a Steve and Xena camera. Steve, come on! Well, here comes Ichi. Hi, Ich. Is it still hot out? Yeah, Dad's letting all of the extensive AC out. Forget about it! You're letting all the hot air out.
I'm trying to get a pair.
She's had that all day. You're letting the cold air out. Close the doors. She's had it all day. She's not gonna... It's not a problem if she eats it. We have a pear tree, and it's dropping pears, apparently, and Xena is picking them up and playing with them. I told them I wish I had a Steve and Xena cam, because that was pretty cute. Okay, so after my turn is done, also, by the way, I don't really want to do that for my turn, because it's horrible, but whatever. You replace a card. Alternatively, let's say that I hate all of these options. I could, once a turn, pass.
Hate is a strong word.
And put my pass token over on the round tracker for the round 2. This will determine my turn order for the next round. And then we would discard all the cards that are currently out and put out new cards, but I would not have the option of picking one of those.
Oh, so when one person passes, it's all new cards for the other person.
Yes. Also, again, when you place an agent, you can place as many assistants as you want. The reason placing assistants is important is because at the end of the round, let's say this situation happened, right? At the end of the round, I need to steal some stuff from you. So
it's never happened before.
Let's say that this is the situation. Once we have both passed, so our turn markers are over there, and we both have our 4 cards, we evaluate who, refixing my dice. We evaluate who won each of these chevrons, because these are influence tokens for the different industry, and we both start with an influence token built into our board, so mine is military. And at the end of the game, you get 1 point per influence token that you have per token of the matching type. Or per card of the matching type. So if I had 3 military influence at the end of the game, and I had collected like 5 military cards, I'd get 15 points, because 3 times 5. So, there you go. So the way that we would do this is like Steve... This one over here only has 1 majority. So Steve would get this one. As the runner-up, I would get the victory point. This one, Steve definitely wins. I would get the victory point. This one, I win. Steve gets the victory point. On this one, I definitely win. So Steve would get the victory point. And on this one, I win as well. If there is a tie, it's whoever has the most agents, not just assistants. And if there's still a tie, it's whoever is on top of the turn order track gets the influence token.
Someone in chat said watch out for the ties.
Yes. Yeah. At the end of the game, the tiebreaker is whoever has the most influence tokens. I believe of a specific type, which is why it can get crazy. Nope, just most investor tokens. So if one player gets more investor tokens than the other, if there's a tie, they're going to win. So,
and those are these or those?
These. These are just points. We will score points at the end of every round for the cards, then we'll discard and reset up. But I think it's time to just start playing.
Am I the evil corporation?
Apparently, because you have the kitty bitty. The kitty bitty, who is very face rubby. She's extremely face rubby today. Whoa, yeah, 100 degrees, Eden. I believe it. Let me see what we are right now. We are at 98 degrees. Yep. It ain't nice today.
I may or may not tell Echo to play 98 degrees after we start this stop.
Please don't. Ah! Kaiju kitty struck again.
I mean, she could actually just roll my dice.
She could. She could just roll them for you. It would help so much. Ichi, what do you want? Do you want...
Anything,
do you want to go...
Anything fun.
Just like... We will walk you at midnight.
Basically.
Because that is when it will be cool enough for me to care.
I mean, I'm not saying ice cream's open till 10, but ice cream's open till 10.
I don't want ice cream.
I'm saying it's a place to walk the dogs to.
Okay, you might just need to re-roll your dice and also pin the tail back. I don't know if you've known this, but when you hold her, there's a strategic way to hold her so that she can't... No, don't do that. She'll knock that over.
With her tail?
Yes. She can do it.
I mean, I feel like I really am the carbon-based life form partnership here.
Yeah.
I have a partnership with a carbon-based life form.
Okay.
Strategically use the box. It comes with a cattail blocker. So thanks, Renegade, for including the cattail blocker. Oof.
Alright.
So you go first.
I go first. Okay, so does this make sense? Like, this one is the difference between the dice. Either a dice is just off by one.
And it's in either direction, is what it means.
Yeah, so either one can be the high, low, or the low. This one is that the sum of them is greater than or equal to 9. Ugh. This one's that both of them are even, and this is that they're equal.
I see what you mean about it being a little mathy.
Yeah.
I apologize for the length that any of my turns will take for the rest of the game.
I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put it here and bump this down by 1.
How many rounds are we playing? 3 or 4?
3. But you're going to take 4 cards around. Boop.
Oh, okay. So we then score all those cards that we run.
Just give Abby a jetpack so she can be Rocket Cat instead of Kaiju Kitty.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Oh, but it's a new card.
Yeah. So it's just out of frame, but we have these new awesome coasters that were made by Vents and given to us. Mine's yellow because that's my player color, and Steve's is blue.
It bumps down to a 5, and no, that card.
But they're dice. They're solid dice, like resined or epoxied together, and he arranged them so that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like all the way across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if you flip it, it lines up perfectly.
Yeah, and the diagonal. Cool. Oh, here, yeah, hold it up to the camera so you can see the diagonals.
Well, it's kind of hard with yellow. Yours would be better.
Contrast. What is this about?
You were so bad at that. There you go. Alright, did you take a card? You done?
I did take a card.
Alright.
But yeah, very cool. And then, of course, when you flip it over, you get the opposite diagonals because dice are awesome.
Dice are awesome.
So thank you, Vince. These are super cool.
We now have more things. I love it. We have felt bowls by Nutters just hanging out here. We now have coasters by Vents. I love it. Okay. the sum of those is even. Ooh. Oh, I skipped a rule. When you take a card, if you don't want one of the things to affect the dice, you can put a assistant on it to stall it out so it doesn't actually change the die. That's super important. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is why I say that I'm not saying that we do how to place. we do playthroughs.
Kind of like the time I taught Sagrada and left out the dice can't be the same color or number adjacent. That was a fun rule to
That was super important. Yeah, and you kind of totally forgot it.
We only remembered like 2 rounds in.
I think I want this one.
So one of these will be open.
That, and so I bump this to a 2, and I bump this to a 4. What do you mean one of these will be open?
We're only taking 4 cards. Oh no, there's 4 slots. Okay.
I have to pay for that. Hang on. I will pay with that. Ichi! Is ZZ ready to come in? Is that what you just heard? I will go check. You ready to come in?
What's this thing minus... What's this thing minus a 1 token is a lower number?
You take the lower number on the die faces, and you minus 1, and that's how many points you get. I believe.
Oh, that's the point symbol. Okay.
Yeah. So the lowest die minus, or the lower number minus 1 is how many points it's worth. Da-da. Oh, I need to put that link in the doobly-doo of our streams.
What is
because,
this?
Because she sells these on her Etsy shop, and I think she was getting more Felton. What were you gonna ask?
What does this 3 mean?
Both numbers just have to be 3. I believe.
Oh, if it's one you get 2, and if it's both you get
7.
Oh, cat.
Kaiju kitty.
Let's just do that.
Hey, Kabuki Kid. We were playing with Suze, and Suze makes her own bowls, and she made them slightly bigger, and I like Suze's bowls as well, and now I want a set of slightly bigger bowls. So,
I am
yeah.
so sorry about this.
About how long the turns take?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yup.
There's a reason I didn't bring this game home.
Yep. Did you just immediately call it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this, I'm going to put an assistant over that so it doesn't affect that value. And this one stays the same, and then I get points if both of those are greater than equal to 9.
Okay, but you know it's at 8 right now.
I do, but I'm going to place more cards.
You're going to place more cards? What kind of shenanigans is that?
2 more cards, in fact.
2 more cards, in fact. I don't like any of these cards. I'm going to do that with that to take this one. And I'm going to put an assistant on that so it doesn't lower that number. And then this one wraps to a 6. And that's Steve's turn.
I should have put more assistants down.
Do 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 do. So crazy that Gen Con is 2 weeks from today. Just feels really weird. Really weird, y'all. But we're going to have another Gen Con release to play next Thursday. So Tuesday, we're going to play Whistle Stop with John. I'm really excited about that. And then Thursday, we're going to play Photosynthesis from Blue Orange Games. So, yeah. The sun, like, slowly sets during these streams, so we go from it's too bright
that's
to we go from it's too bright and everything's washed out to I can't read the cards. Oof. Her tail is in the box. Seems to be working.
Okay, so this goes up to a 4. And then this goes down to a 4.
You gotta lay your people down so that it's easier for them to see on camera.
Right. I don't know if we played it, but the agents remind me of the assistants from the Syndicate series by Bullfrog. Which may or may not have been intentional. I would lean towards probably intentional. There we
go. I think I want to do that, to take this,
yeah, I think you do.
And do that so I don't move anything. So next round I definitely will be passing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I could do that. I'm just going to go here, though, to this servicey thing again. Take this. So this bumps this up to a 5, and then this bumps this actually all the way around to a 6.
Okay, so technically this card comes out, even though I can't take a card.
Breaking news!
Oh wow, yeah. And then I pass, but because I have no agents, we don't wipe anyway. And then Steve passes, and because he doesn't have any agents, we don't wipe anyway. And then because it's the end of round, we wipe.
What's interesting, what I'm realizing now is that each of the different suits has a different scoring style.
Yeah.
Which I understand now.
Okay, so
all the information
I get information and you get that. And normally we would just stack them like this, but that's not going to work
yes, I think
with
we'll
the
have
stream. So we're just going to have to kind of go sideways.
I get service.
You get service. And then military we tie, and we tie on number of agents and influencers. But I am on top of the stack for the round that we are in. So I get military, which is great.
Nice unambiguous tiebreaker.
Oh
darn.
And you get the point.
Do we tie again for that one?
We do, and so I get it again, which is why the tiebreaker is a biatch.
I get interesting.
And I get that. And then we get these back. And now we do the next row of chevrons, which is the number 2 row of chevrons.
Oh, when do we score these?
What? When? Oh, now, but you can put the chevrons for now. Okay, and then we score our row of cards. So, for example, this card, the difference between them needs to be 1, which I did. So I will get 4 points. So I can take a 5 and put a 1 back. This card, and then you keep the cards that you scored because they are very relevant for end of game. Then this one, if they are equal, which they both are, I would get 5 points. And they are, so I get 5 points. This one, if they are both even, which they are, I get 3 points. So I get 3 points. And then this one is if the sum of them is even, I get 3 points. And the sum of them is even, so I will get another 3 points.
Okay, get it. This is the one time basically.
Can you put her in the box? Okay. So, and then I score that. And then that is my round. So then I will re-roll my dice while Steve scores his for y'all.
Alright, so these two are equal. They're both 5, so I get 5 points. The sum of these two is greater than or equal to 9 because it equals 9, so I get 4 points.
There's a thing of points right in front of you.
There's a thing of points in front of you. In
front of your face.
And then this one, 7 minus the higher number, which is 5, I get 2 points. And then this last one is the lower number minus 1, as I get points. So that's 5 minus 1, as I get 4 more points. Cool.
And then I will start putting cards out.
And then I will do math to figure out. Is that just a solid 10? It's a solid 10 because it's 4, 2, and 4. So I will get 10 pointer.
Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, and Steve goes first.
Oh, I have to roll my dice too, don't I?
Yes, you do have to roll your dice. That was one round. We're just going to do that 3 times. It's a pretty quick game. It's a pretty straightforward game if you don't go AP. Hi, kitty bitty. Remember how I was like, I'm not tired? I'm totally tired now. Yeah, you can hang out there. That is a great place for you to hang out. I don't know, something must be up because she has been, when she was a kitten, this is how she would sit. She would sleep in my hoodie, and then when she got too big for my hood, like the hood part of my hoodie, she would sleep like this and just hang out while I studied. And she's been doing this the last few days, so, yeah. It's super cute, I'm sorry, I just had to share how cute it was.
I'm gonna do this one. Gonna do this one. Alright, so this will go down to a 5. This will go up to a 5. The sum of both of those is greater than or equal to 9. New card for Tiffany.
That one's worth 5 points minus the thing. It's pretty good if I can keep it
on the DL.
On the DL.
I like the art in this game.
That one is that side is smaller than that size. Which actually would work for me. So I'm going to do that to take this one, and I'm going to put it here. So 1 minus 1 is 6, because it wraps.
I don't think that's how math works.
It's how dice math works.
What, are you the dice master?
Ha! I hate you. She's very happy right now. Are you not feeling so hot? Did you eat some borax, honey? Bees?
I'm going to do this one. After putting down an agent and 2 assistants. That will stay the same, and then this will bump up to a 4. And then I get points if those are equal. And then it is Tiffany's turn.
And then it is Tiffany's turn.
What is Tiffany going to do on Tiffany's turn?
Tiffany is to take this one with that.
And Tiffany was never heard from again.
I told you. This game is awful. Tiffany's assured this is the Dice Mather.
Dice Mather.
I'm holding out for Rocket Cat. I love the Rocket Cat shirts. I need the Rocket Cat shirt in my life. Oh wow, that's a complicated one.
That is a complicated one.
So it's be from 4 to 10, the sum of the two.
This is tricky.
Mm-hmm. Super Corgi Pen!
I'm just going to do this. So that goes down, that goes up. 4, that goes 2, 8, 6. And the higher one minus 2 is how many points? Tiffany's turn.
Can you replace?
Game moves at a pretty good clip.
Yeah, if you don't take too long! Okay, I'm gonna do just one by itself.
Yarp.
To do that. I mean, I know which one you should take. I just don't know if it's the one you want. She is fully passed out on me right now.
Yeah.
She did this to me when I was editing video earlier today. Which, you know, in 90-degree weather is totally what you want. There we go. She's fully... She's like...
I'll take this one again.
Oh, sorry. Did I have good posture for a second?
With...
Oh, I ruined it!
I'm going to cover this so that stays the same. And this goes down to a 5. And then this I'll put there. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I just realized this is like in my face.
Not the greatest round, but I got some points.
Yeah, I don't really know where to put us. Maybe down here. We don't need to see Steve's board. Alright.
Oh, wait.
Did you cheat? No, you didn't cheat.
Darn it. I didn't cheat, but it actually gets me more. Oh well, gets me another point.
Yeah, that should be 5.
To have done that.
Yes, I was wondering why you.
No, but then I don't get the points off that card. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow, you really want something over there.
No, it's just those are the cards I kept taking. Makes me sad.
I mean, that still works for me. I will not get any points for that. That works not at all for me. I'm gonna get that and that. Neither of those are great for me. Neither of them. I can't pull off that one at all. And that one is already working for me.
I mean, I know which one you should pick.
This one. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I will block both. Boop, boop.
Yep.
And then Steve passes because he has nothing. And
so
then,
we used the ones.
Yeah, we should have gotten those back. I'm sorry. And then I pass.
Darn it.
Yep. And then we score points.
And Tiffany gets all the things.
I do get quite a bit of them. So you get that one, and I get a point.
I get this one.
Yep.
You get a point.
And then I get the other 3.
And then I get 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah, that is no good.
And it's important to note that you would get the cards.
What is it?
You would get these cards. You keep these even if you don't score the points for them.
What did Naomi say about wiping? Oh.
She told me to wipe them because I passed. But it worked out for me either way because I could still make it work. But actually, all of these work because... Oh no! Curse you! I have the computer scientist's dilemma where I always flip the less than or equal to sign.
Whoops.
So I was like, this is perfect. It's set up. Nope, I read the sign backwards. So I don't get points for that one, but I still get the card.
Which is interesting.
This one is lower number -5, which is a 4. So that's going to be full points. And this could be simultaneous. We're just doing it for your benefits. And then this one is the sum is between 4 and 10, and it's 8, so I'm good. And I get another 4 points. And then this one is they're equal, which they are, so I get 5 points. And I'm just going to do that. Whoop, whoop. And then I reroll my dice and do the cards while Steve does his scoring.
Okay, higher -2 is 4 points. Swap one of those. These are greater than 9 together, so that's another 4 points. Those two are equal, so that's 5 points. And then that is not even an odd, so I do not get those. But I get the card. Gonna lose this game, but it's fine, because I like the art. That's my song.
It's an okay song.
Alright, let's put out these chevrons. Oh, should I shuffle them?
Yeah, a little. It doesn't explicitly say to shuffle them, but I think it's probably the best.
Probably a good idea. Industry, service, information, military, transport. That's actually my future corporation slogan. It's just industry, service, information, military, transport.
ISIMT. Ismit. When you find a company called Ismit, that is Steve's company. I don't know.
And our industry might be a little odd, but our information is a 5.
Alright, and I start. Did you reroll your dice?
Yep.
What do I want?
We don't lose points, do we?
No. We just get points. They just keep going up.
My points go to 11.
The difference is 2. One stays the same and one goes down. That actually works for me. I'm gonna do...
Getting the sequencing of these right is challenging.
Yeah. It's a little bit like a programming game. So that one stays and this one goes down. But it's like a programming game where stuff can change. When you're playing with 4 players, I feel like the cards change too much and I just get frustrated. So yeah. Ismit isn't it. Oh, it isn't Ismet because there would be an extra. Is it Ismet? Ismet. How would you pronounce it?
I am going to put down thing and an assistant. So let's make that 2 assistants.
I like our coasters.
Let's take this. So this will go up by 1.
They're loud though.
To 4.
They're
and
very
this will go down
tough.
1 to 5. New card. Holy moly.
One stays the same and one goes down. Okay, I'm gonna do that to do that. So that stays the same, which is perfect. And this wraps around.
Perfection.
Which is awesome. Perfect.
What?
Ah! So the sum of them minus 8 is the points you get.
I'm just going to put another one on this one. This information. So this goes up 1 to 5. And that stays the same.
Replace.
Reuse, reduce, and close the loop.
Are you feeling okay?
Nope.
Okay. The difference of them is 2. Great. I just had one of those cards. Ugh. Can you put that back? Oh no! Okay, I'm gonna block that one. But I'm gonna do this one.
Trixie. You know the difference of this is not 2.
Mother trucker!
So you'd have to block them both.
Yeah. Your mom has to block them both. If
Oh,
she was playing this game with us. Naomi says that in their 4-player game, people were looking away so they didn't grow attached to a card, which is somewhat what you do in 5 Tribes. But, like, that's one of the reasons we got rid of 5 Tribes. We enjoyed 5 Tribes 2-player, and I actually have sort of been wanting to play 5 Tribes 2-player again, because I really did like that. But it was a game that, like, we feel only works 2-player, because every time we played it beyond 2 players, it just wasn't even worth being there for. And the reason we got rid of it, it's because Steve's AP drove me freaking up the wall. I once watched the entirety of Aladdin in a game because his turns took that long. Like,
Aladdin's a good movie.
It was very thematic, but we kept, and it was very close to when Robin Williams passed. And so I just kept pausing it when it was my turn. I would take a turn, and then I would start it again. And I watched basically the entire movie of Aladdin in the time it took Steve's to take his turns.
Your turn.
Yeah. Did you leave me in equals? No.
A right equals or a left equals?
They're 2 equal.
Nope.
I pass! Wipe those sons of guns.
What?
Also put me on the bottom. My other.
Wow, so I just get anything I want?
I mean, there's going to be new cards. No, not that one. The other one. We should have technically gotten those markers back. That's fine. Yeah, it drove me up the wall. So we got rid of that game. But I'm sitting here going, man, I'd like to play 5 Tribes. Maybe I'll play it with not my husband. I did! I played it at a con.
Oops.
Not too long ago. It's a con game. I'm down for a game of 5 Tribes if Steve isn't involved. Love you!
Wow, okay, well,
Oh.
Jeez Louise. I think I need to do this. Because that increases this to 6.
Why? Why did you put all your agents down? I mean, you could do less. I'm curious as to why you took that. His AP is getting slightly better, but I think the internet is to blame.
Yeah, I need to do that. That does give me more points. So I do that, and then this goes up to 6, and then that goes down to 6.
Oh, some of them is even, eh? I have no more assistance to follow.
Oh, I thought when you pass, you just don't get any more cards.
No, you have to have 5 cards. It just wipes.
So you're giving your opponent a potentially better or worse pick if you just made all the cards go away.
Yes.
Would there be a reason why I would have wanted to keep my thing in my assistance? Because I would have had everything placed? No.
No, I just don't like that you did that because it forces where I have to play.
Love you.
No, you don't. Alright, I'll do this one. And then I will do plus, which is actually very helpful because the lower number -1 is the points. So it's 5 points. So it works. Alright, we don't need to worry about refreshing because this is the last round. The game is over. Steve would technically pass, but that doesn't do anything. Wow.
I get mine on top.
Nobody gets the last one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So nobody gets it if nobody has any things?
Nobody gets it. Nobody's over there.
Boosh.
Kadoosh. Alright, and then Steve gets the service.
I do get the service.
Sounded wrong. I get
the point.
The industry.
Whoa.
No, that's information. What?
I have 6.
I have
5.
Damn it. I definitely get military.
5-1.
Yes.
And then I get transport.
Damn it. Alright. You get that point. Okay, and then we get our card points, which 5, 5, 5, 4. I get 19 points.
I get 21. 7, 7, and 7.
Oh, did you number it perfectly?
I did 5, 5, 5,
That's
6, 6.
Gross. It's gross. Alright, I put the 1 back. So I'm good. Alright, and then we score our cards with our
I think you probably got it just on those.
Well, you say that. But I have a few service cards, but no service influence token. So, there's that.
Well, I don't have
I have 1 industry. That sucks.
Do not have a military
I have
token.
a transport, and I don't have any transports. Don't forget your built-in one. So this is 16 points. 0 points. I think, right? That's 6. 9. Yep.
4. Because this is 2 times 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
there are no more 10 tokens.
2 times 3, that's 6. Plus 4 is 10. And then that's 3 times 3 is 9, so 19. So I will turn in 1 and then get 4 5s. Or I'll just get this 10. And I will turn these 5 1s in for a 5. Oh, there's a bunch more 10 tokens.
Oh. Where? Where? In the hand. Okay. What'd you get?
This is what I get for playing against the Sentient life form.
You got
74. Or 75.
79. Yeah!
4 points.
4 points. That's better than you thought. I had 2. I had an influence token that was useless.
Oh,
and then I had 2 cards that was useless.
Nope.
What?
I forgot to count this. 4 is 3 is 12.
You get another 3 points.
So you get another 3 points.
So you
78.
1 point
78.
up.
Oh,
1 point up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, then you won it off getting that military token. Because this would have been 2 points for me.
And the military is 4 points for me. Oh. I win! That was way closer. I mean, I knew it was going to be close.
By one stinking point.
I did not think that I would win. And then you were like, you've got this. And I was like, oh, maybe I do. Maybe I am amazing. How you doing, honey?
I don't know. I was thinking we could play something nice and relaxing, like Lost
Let's play
Cities.
Okie Dokie.
What?
Okie Dokie.
What's Okie Dokie?
Haven't I played Okie Dokie with you?
Nope.
It's a co-op, cute panda game. It's really great for kids. We'll do a bonus stream. It's super fast.
What?
The chat could play with us.
What? Really?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Well, this
so
is
that's
awesome.
Sentient. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm doing board game stats now.
Lame.
Because I'm trying to keep on top of it. I'm not going to, but I'm trying.
I really like that as a 2-player. I like how little the market changes so that I can just plan ahead on what I want to draft. I haven't played it with 3 or 4, but I would imagine it could just get more chaotic.
My first game was 3-player, and it flushed a little. I was so tired also, but it flushed a little much for my liking. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't pick up a copy, and also because I just knew that Steve's AP would drive me nuts. Especially because if the cards were, it's like 5 tribes. If the cards are wiping a lot and not a lot of stuff sticks around, if you have somebody that you're playing with that is very AP prone, it's just they have to reevaluate all the things every turn. Which
is kind of what I was doing this turn, but only 1 card could go away.
Yeah.
And I feel
Except
like
for that time that I flushed it.
You have to very carefully, you have to do things in just the right order and kind of hedge a little bit. Yeah, no, it is...
Can I have that?
Yeah, sometimes a game like this, it can encourage you to reevaluate, especially if you're like me. So it kind of feels like a bummer. Like, 1, I'm slowing down the game, but 2, I don't want to make a really suboptimal move and miss something.
Yeah. I want to show you guys the art. Because
I really like.
The art is over the top in this game. And all of the types have the same art, so they just recycled the art. It's not like it's a bunch of unique art.
But part of the fun is that they went with the, like, tarot-sized cards so you can actually see the art. So
well, yeah,
the
but, like,
pays off.
It just makes the table size kind of unnecessary a lot. So, it would just be, it would kind of have a more reasonable table imprint. So there's information. Let me fix the focus. Focus! So there's information.
The little happy news drone thing.
Yeah. Right. There's the transport. I'm thinking, Fifth
Element, taxi. Yeah. This is maybe a robo-taxi.
This one could just be, honestly, a car.
Tesla factory.
This is industry.
Yeah. It's actually... Yeah.
This is service, and I'm sorry, but her hip, something is happening with her hip/butt, and I don't know what it is, and it disturbs me. Like, it's unnecessarily large and to the side. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, that's where the kill guns go.
I was staring at it a little too long.
Tip your server, everybody.
And then this is the military. So, yeah.
Personally, I think the military should have had the hair that they had on the service robot.
I think it would have been better. The military looks a little bit like the Cry Havoc human soldiers, but that's just because they're generic. Ooh. So yeah. So I think this works really well as a 2-player game. I think this could work really well as a 3-player game. I don't want to use the word. Trying to think of it. It's simple. It is. But it's not simple in the way that, like, makes it dumb or not interesting or casual or lightweight. I mean, you could play this with casuals. People got upset by me using the word muggle, so I'm trying to switch to casuals. You could play this with casuals, and I think that they would get it if they were the kind of casual that isn't scared of math. Like, my mom would do really well at this. So it's kind of in that lightweight medium game, but it's the interactions with people and the how to set up the chain reaction on your cards and do like a little bit of programming is interesting. I don't want to use the word elegant, but it's kind of like in that wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. Set it up and knock it down.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those games where you play it and you're like, why has this not been a game before? This is like so straightforward and it just makes sense. And it's interesting and there's not a lot going on. And I was telling Steve about this game, and I don't mean this in any negative light, but like, this is a game that would be interesting to play in just like raw prototype form. Like, we could play this game with just normal D6s, and we don't even need these boards. We could play with just whatever counters we wanted. You could do like poker chips for influence tokens, and then for the cards, you just need a deck of cards that has the like math stuff. Like, the art just adds a mild layer of theme. This game doesn't need theme to be interesting at all. The art just gives you something to look at, and it gives people a reason to pick the game up off the shelf.
Yeah. Well, and it also, the more differentiated the art is between those suits, it helps you visually differentiate them. It's like the fact that it's striking helps. Like,
yeah.
Probably more so than if they were just solid colors.
Yeah. Can you put all those in there? And the money? Oh, no. I think that's the money. That's the money.
I would say one thing I like is...
No. That's
the money. All of these.
No, and then I was saying that's the money. That's the money.
Yeah, but these could go in there.
No.
The rules are very straightforward. Almost no, I don't know, exceptions or anything weird. It's very much draft a card and see if you meet the conditions.
Yeah, and it's really. I was rereading the rule book while we were waiting for our dinner order. We ordered sandwiches because screw cooking and this. And I was rereading the rule book on my phone, and it was like too verbose. Like, the rule book is really straightforward, but it's like unnecessarily large. Like, this is the setup and the normal component pages. That's fine. But like the gameplay description, like, this almost teaches you the whole game, just this paragraph on gameplay, and then they kind of go more into depth, and it's like, it's just very verbose, and I was like reading, and I was like, wait, I thought that when people pass, they discard, and I missed the rule when I was reading because it was so verbose that I was just like skimming too quickly. It's really interesting. Like, they tried, I don't want to say they like unnecessarily tried to beef this game up, but I feel like
maybe they tried to make it less ambiguous, but made it so you have more to sift through.
No, I feel like they wanted to add more meat to a game that doesn't have a lot of, like, the game itself, you could, like, Maggie and I were talking about this, you could play this with, like, mini cards. It doesn't need to be tarot-sized cards at all. Like, this is a game that could easily fit in, so this is the size box.
I mean, it could fit in what? In one of the,
Johari, or, like, Zooscape. It could fit in Zooscape, because you don't need the player boards. But they made it bigger to fit in this box. Which isn't a comment at the game at all. It's just one of those things where it's like, if I wanted to travel with this game, we could put this in the quiver. Like, we would just take this, we wouldn't even bother with these. We would find something else to use, because you can't lose money. You could just use money from, like, another game.
Yeah.
But we would just need to travel with the dice, the cards.
And the tokens.
And these. But, I mean, that would fit in a quiver really easily. So there's that. That's kind of more of a talk about the components, and I think probably more a reflection on the publisher. As for the design, I think the design, like I said, is super straightforward. Again, almost simplistic, like, why hasn't somebody thought of this before? I also
the nice thing with the scoring is there is 2 layers of depth. Like, you can kind of only max out with only getting 4 cards around, and with the cards only going up to 7 points. Just kind of a score ceiling on what you can hit with your cards, but then you can go above and beyond that by, like, your draft choices.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice when, like, you play and everything... Naomi was saying that they like when they're playing and everything kind of clicks and works, which I enjoy as well, when I'm like, sweet, I got it, all of my cards score. Because it's just the 2 of us and we weren't playing super aggressively towards each other, I think we always scored all of our cards, except for that time where I screwed up.
And then I screwed up one unintentionally and one intentionally. But yeah, I think the more you played this game, you could probably start seeing what someone was going for and, like, drafting away something they want or intentionally passing.
So the player interaction is there. It's not... The more players you have, the more interaction there is.
It definitely feels like something where your first game, your learning game, is learning how to do it, but you'll be able to figure it out in your first game. Yes. It's not a game where, like, we need to do a learning game or 2 to even figure out what we're doing. It's very straightforward. It's easy to figure out how you can jump in and score points.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I would put it towards elegant. Although the fact that it rewards kind of planning and scoping out what you can get points-wise does slow it down a little bit. Like, it encourages you to pick the absolute best card, which means running the math on all your cards.
Yes.
So that could be a detraction depending on who you're playing with. I know if I was in a 4-player game, I'd be probably getting dirty looks. And maybe that'd be faster the more that I played it, because this is only my first play.
So, interesting. Okay, so, Casey asked how does it compare to Alex Kevern's other designs? And I didn't connect the dots that he had also done World's Fair 1893. I know he'd done Gold West. We really enjoy Gold West. He's also done Doxu, which I don't think either of us have played. And then Easy Breezy Travel Agency, which was one of Dice Hate Me Games' small pocket games, which we actually enjoyed, but we got rid of it because we felt like it was a part of Ticket to Ride that is fine, but, like, if we were going to play that, we would just play Ticket to Ride. Like, the only reason to play Easy Breezy Travel Agency and not Ticket to Ride was purely space reasons, because they took around the same time. So if you had a small table space, or, like, you were traveling, or, like, on a plane. But even then, like, the way you did the grid for the cards took kind of... It was
still pretty big. Yeah, the thing I'd say about Easy Breezy was just... It felt limited by the fact that it could only be 54-ish cards, because there were multiple different types of decks and only so many cards in each, and it felt like it would have benefited from just a higher card count, because it kind of felt like we sort of maxed out the possibilities of the cards, given that there were only 54 and we were playing most of them. Again, that was off of just a couple plays. But there's that. We played... Did you play World's Fair with me?
Yeah.
At Gen Con that one time?
We did. It was very interesting. There was a lot of moving parts. We both enjoyed it. Why didn't we get it? I think we didn't get it because we decided that the 2-player interaction would not be as interesting.
Yeah, it was a little lower, but there are a lot of, like, interesting and satisfying moving parts, I think, with it.
Which I think is also something with Gold West.
Yes.
The 2-player is not as interesting. So I think what we're learning is we like Alex. We really do like Alex's designs, but the 2-player kind of is not always interesting.
Well, it depends. Like, I actually like the Gold West 2-player. There's not as much interactions, but
I like it. I like a little bit more interaction.
That's true.
That's why, like, with this, I think I would like a little bit more interaction. We'd have lower scores, but we'd have a lot more anger.
Yeah, but that's player dependent.
Yes.
So I would like to play this again to see how much I can ruin Tiffany's plans by drafting the cards she wants. Yeah, I think I would need to graduate from the part where I'm calculating all of my moves, and then to the point where I'm also calculating all of your moves.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an interesting design. Again, I feel like it's almost overproduced for what the game is. So, yeah. But it's very high, it's very well produced. Renegade is knocking it out of the freaking park. Alex has another game coming out with them at Gen Con called Atlas Enchanted Forest. So I'm going to probably check that out in coming months. But, yeah. Okay, so, let's see. Eden wants to know how we liked Whistle Stop if we've played. I've played 3 times.
Right, and I've played twice.
Yeah. And we both like it. We haven't played it 2-player. We didn't have the chance. But I was talking, you were probably just not in the chat. I was talking to the designer earlier this morning because he wanted to know when the stream was so he could watch. And I asked him how he felt about it 2-player. And he was like, it's fine 2-player, but he thinks it's more interesting 3-player, which I also agree with. And so Steve and I decided we'll wait until Tuesday to play that with John. Because I think Sentient, while 2-player works and is great, and there's less I hate you interaction, which I'm actually okay with tonight in this heat, I think Sentient works more for a 2-player game than Whistle Stop. Because it's really funny, like, 2-player games with me, I'm like, if I'm going to spend that much time setting up a game and doing this stuff with the game, like, it better be good. And I feel like the amount of setup time involved in this game and the interaction that's happening in this game for a 2-player with the time, like how long it takes to play and set up and to like all that works for 2-player, even though I think it would be a little bit more interesting 3-player. With Whistle Stop, I think it'd be fun 2-player. I think it would be fine 2-player, but I think the amount of interest in that game at 3 players is just more by like 10%.
Yeah, well, one thing we noticed in the last 3-player game we played, just as a preview of Whistle Stop, is you are all placing down these hex tiles that all have 6 rail connections, and you're all building rails together to get from somewhere in America to the West Coast. What we noticed in the 3-player game was people were starting to build their rails, so they all connected to the high-value tiles, and the players were pulling them apart. It's kind of like a Ouija board of train building. I would suspect that in 2-player, either, one, it's maybe more interesting and it's kind of an equal battle of where you're fighting, but maybe the rails would even more strongly go towards the high-value tiles, and the routes would maybe be less intricate.
Yeah.
So the rail building, I think, would be more interesting with 3 people all building rails together rather than 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
would be my hunch.
Yeah. But I still want to try Whistle Stop too. Maybe we can. I want to make that happen before the stream on Tuesday, so we can talk about it.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Casey says Z destroyed Kevern's new game. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I just want to put this out there. I don't call these reviews. Like, we just tell you our opinions. These aren't, like, super critical. Just so you guys know.
Well, and also, I wouldn't be comfortable reviewing something after only 1 or 2 plays.
This was Steve's first play. This was my second play.
Yeah, so it's really, I really only feel comfortable saying first impressions and what I think future plays would like, what I liked about it, and maybe what I think other people would like about what we played. But yes. I would not consider them reviews.
These are playthroughs.
Yeah. With
opinions and thoughts afterward, but not reviews. Yeah.
All we can do is suggest at what the depth might be on future plays. In some games, you don't get the depth on future plays you think you will, and other ones you can dismiss outright, and then after a bunch of plays, you're like, oh, that's where all the depth is.
Yep. Kabuki Kid wants to know, Steve, have you tried any of the first mission campaign missions? And the answer to that is no, because I packed it for my Gen Con video.
I found the board.
I was like, we're sitting here eating, and, like, the cameras are set up, and I'm like, cool, let's get the game. And then I was like, wait.
Where is the game?
I packed the game. So I actually started unpacking a little bit. So there's, like, I just got back from Gen Con, like, crazy amounts of piles of games just in our living room. Because I don't know what I got, like a stomach bug or something, and this heat isn't helping. So yeah. I have just not, I've been editing video and just like, ugh.
So it's the annoying part of Tiffany having gone to Gen Con, which is all the games are packed and split apart without Tiffany having actually gone to Gen Con.
Yeah. Our code names, our Lignum, our Whistle Stop, that's the other reason why we didn't play Whistle Stop.
I would love to play a First Martians campaign mission once I find all the Ziploc bags.
That's the first part of the mission.
That is one of them. It landed. Yeah. You have to go and find all of the parts of your hab module.
Here's the fun part of the first missions. All of the, like, small bits are in a gallon-sized Ziploc. All of the decks of cards are scattered across all the suitcases because they were perfect-sized padding. And then the boards, you found the boards. But the rules and all the campaign... No, And then you have to find the actual physical box, because the box has the campaign envelopes. Yeah.
So I might pre-order a copy of First Martians.
We already did pre-order. That's what that is.
Sorry, I'll pre-order from a retailer. So.
There you go. Yeah. You just have to order one now.
Yeah.
Can you put that on the First Martian stack? This is Maggie's. I don't want to put it on the floor. This stream is sponsored by MaggieBot. Thank you, MaggieBot.
Thank you, Maggie.
We went to Seattle this last weekend, and I realized that we should stream Sentient before Gen Con, because it's when it's like more widely available, and it's enough people have asked me about it that I was like, so Maggie loaned me her copy, and so thank you, Maggie, very much for that, and I will ship it back to you at the earliest convenience, or I will convince Steve to take it up in September. You probably want it sooner than that. Aren't you going up in September for Labor Day? We're going up for September.
Yeah.
Not Labor Day. Okay, anyway. We're going to do a bonus stream. Because this stream has been doing... I have enough energy. You doing good for this? It's a quick game. This is a quick co-op game. This is okie dokie. We're going to do a bonus stream of this. If you just tuned in and are watching Sentient, thank you for tuning in and watching Sentient. If you're watching live, thank you as always for being here. If you're watching this in the future at some time, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. You should join us in chat sometime if it's convenient. I know it's kind of a weird hour, the Earth spends different time zone stuff. So yeah, but we have a fun chat room. I like them.
Did you know that in the 70s, one of the prototype Concords was used to basically chase an eclipse? So they basically flew the Concorde in the eclipse shadow for 70 minutes, and they ran a bunch of experiments.
They're doing that again now, but not with the Concorde.
Well, they can just use satellites now.
No, but they're also having planes follow it.
Okay, but this one...
I read an article on that. Because there's an eclipse here in 2 weeks, which is why we're not going to Gen Con, if you were wondering why.
But yeah, so the Concorde was able to fly in the shadow, so they chased it for 70 minutes.
Yep, I think there's some planes doing that now.
Yeah.
With this eclipse.
But that was the Concorde.
Great.
Concorde goes fast.
Okay. They have other planes that go that fast now. Because they're doing that with other planes now.
Yeah, but not as fast.
But I mean, it's still working for them.
But will they be able to do it for all 70 minutes?
I don't know. You'd have to call and ask them.
I might call and ask.
You should call and ask.
I will call and ask.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to wrap this stream up so we can do the next one.
Speaking of the planet spinning, there was this one time the Concorde chased an eclipse. That was the segue.
So if you haven't done a bonus stream before, just hang out in the chat if you're watching live. I'm going to shut down this stream, wait about 5 minutes. I'm going to make some sort of cute, adorable thumbnail for this game. And then throw it back up for y'all to join in. This is a cute co-op game. It's just adorable and fun. This is a good kid game. I've played this 4 times now. This will be my 5th play of it. And I think we would keep this just to play with our nephew. But we'll get into that in that actual stream here in a minute. So just hang out in the chat. We'll be back. Stay classy.
It's good to have a game for the good kids. A good kid game.
Only good kids get to play this game. All right.
Yep, 79 Eclipse. Thanks, good kid.
We'll be back. Thank you. Goodbye. We'll be back.
You know, I used to play that in a jazz band.
Everybody used to play that in jazz band.
Yeah, but
I wasn't even in jazz band, and I used to play that in jazz band. I didn't.
You didn't. But, I mean, did you just play it whenever the mood struck you?